So, what was the most controversial CBC production of the 1990s? No, it wasn't a Brian Spencer movie, and it's not even the 95 separation election coverage, but School's Out, the Degrassi kind of finale, a little bit. Although there was Incarnation Degrassi later. School's Out was controversial because of its use of sexuality, profanity, moral judgment, all kind of the hot topics at the time. Sort of an ABC after school special gone off the rails. Now, School's Out, also referred to on home video as Degrassi High School's Out, is a Canadian TV movie based on the Degrassi teen drama franchise created by Linda Schuler and Kid Hood in 1979. It aired on ABC on January 5th, 1992, and served as the finale to the series Degrassi High and its predecessor Degrassi Junior High, which are collectively known as the Degrassi Classic era of the franchise. The movie centered on the Degrassi students during their first summer post-graduation, primarily focused on the relationship between Joy Jeremiah, played by award-winning actor Pass Mastroianni, and Caitlin Ryan, played by Stacey Mistician. After Caitlin politely rejects Joy's marriage proposal, he begins to become romantically involved with Tessa Campanelli, Kirsten Bourne, a minor character in several seasons of Degrassi Junior High and Degrassi High, but also still being involved with Caitlin. He has sex with both, with Tessa being first, and brags about it with his friends. She eventually gets pregnant. Joey's friend Archie Snake Simpson, Stephen Brogan, frustrated of his ability to get a girlfriend, ultimately reveals the fact at a party while Caitlin is in the same room, causing her to break the relationship off. Joey and Snake's troubled friend Derek Wheels Wheeler, played by Neil Hope, starts drinking heavily, resulting in a car crash which kills a 2-year-old boy and blinds class valedictorian Lucy Fernandez, played by Aeneas Granatowski. The movie is noted for the inclusion of coarse language and more sexually oriented content as opposed to the TV series, including 2 instances of the word fuck during the movie's climax, first time ever in Canadian history, and a scene depicting how a condom is applied, despite the CBC's refusal to run condom commercials. The film received a positive critical reception after its initial broadcast. However, it's been kind of going downhill with the critics since then because, in retrospect, they found some people found it kind of exploitive. In Canada, it drew in 2.3 million viewers, double of which what the preceding series usually received. The 93 was nominated for a Gemini Award for Best TV Movie. Despite being attended as finale, like I just said, the franchise was rebooted in 2001 with Degrassi: The Next Generation, whose premiere episode primarily centered around the 10-year reunion of the original cast. Now, in this one, it is graduation time for the seniors of Degrassi High, and everyone is making plans for the summer of their future. Most are preparing for university or far-out travel. One who is not is Joey Jeremiah, who is preparing for another year in high school. His longtime girlfriend, Caitlin, has taken a number of extra classes and completed high school in 3 years and has graduated with Joey's former peers. Of course, grade 13 in Ontario. Eager to hold on to her before she leaves for university to study journalism, Joey proposes to Caitlin at a grad party hosted by Lucy Fernandez. Caitlin demurs, explaining that she's not ready for that kind of commitment. Joey storms out, only to run into classmate Tessa Campanelli, fresh from an argument with her boyfriend Todd, and agrees to give her a ride home. Arriving at the Campanelli house, Tessa pulls Joey toward her for a kiss. The next day, in a break from the photo shop where she works with Spike, Tessa visits Joey next door at the drugstore where he works and asks him on a date. Joey, though initially hesitant, accepts Tessa's offer, has a great time, and as he tells Wheels the next day, gets to third base. Tessa confides in her coworker Spike the details of the relationship. Spike reminds her that Joey and Caitlin have a pattern of breaking up and reuniting, as seen as maybe 37 episodes of the original 2 series. Tessa rejects Spike's argument, knowing that Caitlin will be leaving for university in a matter of weeks anyway. While with Caitlin working most evenings and weekends, waiting tables at a cafe, and Joey working days, they spend a little time together, and Joey starts seeing Tessa more frequently, and they soon go all the way, as we say in Canada. As the summer goes on, Joey sees both Tessa and Caitlin with neither realizing he is dating them both. Now, this is where it's kind of a big plot hole. How could he not know? If the same group of friends, how would this not come out? Now, in the middle of August, Tessa discovers she's pregnant and decides to have an abortion. When she realizes that Joey is still with Caitlin with no intention of breaking up with her, she dumps him. Joey and Caitlin finally have sex on his 19th birthday. Approximately a week before Caitlin, Lucy and Snake are all scheduled to depart for university. It is Caitlin's first time, though she's unaware that it's not Joey's. Unbeknownst to Joey, Caitlin decided to attend a local university in order to remain close to him. The next day, at an end of summer lake house party, hosted by Lucy's boyfriend Bronco, played by Eldine Iffel, Caitlin accepts Joey's earlier marriage proposal. Joey had been teasing Snake all summer about his inability to get a girlfriend, brags once more about his abilities with women. Snake, citing that he's been living through the summer from hell, finally lashes out at Joey for all the teasing and blurts out about him sleeping with Tessa. Dating Caitlin and fucking Tessa Campanelli. Caitlin overhears and confronts Joey about it. She storms out after breaking off her engagement and telling Joey of her would-be plans to study locally in order to be with him. Immediately after unintentionally breaking up Joey and Caitlin, Snake realizes that former classmate Allison Hunter is drowning and rushes to the lake to rescue her. Everyone congratulates her for saving her life, but he breaks down in a flood of emotion and anxiety. They're basically saying that's the closest he's ever going to get to a woman is giving her mouth to mouth or saving him. Now, Wheels, who had been drinking heavily and has been off the rails in recent weeks, basically trying to fix a car to be with his long-away girlfriend, leaves the party with Lucy to get more chips, but ends up crashing in another car. The crash kills a 2-year-old boy in the other vehicle and seriously injures Lucy and the driver of the other car. Now, the next day, Joey visits Wheels in jail, where Wheels tells him he's been charged with 1 count of criminal negligence causing death, 2 counts of criminal negligence causing injury, and drunk driving. He asserts that it was not his fault that the child was not wearing a seatbelt or that Lucy wanted to get more chips. Caitlin visits Lucy at the hospital where she immobilized and ensures she'll ever see her walk again. Later, Joey stops to see Snake as he prepares for leave for university and asks why he will not accept Wheels' phone calls. Snake is disgusted by Wheels, particularly in the light of Wheels having lost his own parents to a drunk driver. He apologizes to Joey for saying what he said at Bronco's place. Joey accepts his apology, saying that Caitlin would have found out sooner or later. That makes more sense. Now, 2 months later, most of the gang get together for the wedding of Alexa and Simon. Absent are Wheels, Erica, and Lucy. Wheels, still incarcerated, is planning to be guilty for the crimes. Erica is teaching abroad in the Dominican Republic, has met a new boyfriend in the process. Meanwhile, Lucy's since regained vision on one of her eyes, but is still not well enough to attend the wedding. Snake is accompanied by his girlfriend Pam, where we met at the university, and it's implied he has finally lost his virginity to her, and he appears considerably more self-assured. He still has yet to get in contact with Wheels. Joey and Snake have an awkward reunion, but make unspecific plans to hang out before he goes back to university. Joey also apologizes for hurting Caitlin, who forgives him, and as Simon and Alexa have their first dance as husband and wife, former fiancés Joey and Caitlin share a dance as friends. And of course, he didn't remain friends. That was the whole plot in the Degrassi Next Generation, what they call the super sequel. Now, during development of School's Out, 6 of Degrassi's actors filmed Degrassi Talks, a 6-part nonfiction miniseries in which the actors interview teenagers and young adults across Canada about the issues explored in the show. Principal photography for School's Out began on July 21st, 1991. Jan Moore explained the use of the word fuck in the film. There was a tension growing, especially between Joey and Snake. Snake had this tremendous frustration. The word had been never used in a Canadian script before. So when Snake finally lost it with Joey, the word was included. Since Caitlin overheard the conversation, it just seemed right for her to use the totally un-Caitlin-like word. Now, the music was very important in this, as it was throughout Degrassi, Junior High, and the High series. 8 songs from the debut album of Toronto-based rock group Harum Scarum was featured. After the movie aired, Toronto station Q107 received countless requests to play their music. The film also features songs from top Canadian artists, including Gowan, the song Moonlight Desires. Gowan was a big part of the Degrassi Junior High soundtrack, of course. The Box, Temptation, Spoons, Amy Sky, Images in Vogue, and Malcolm Burnham. And of course, Amy Sky did some of the music. Now, when it aired again on CBC, 2.3 million viewers. In Australia, the film premiered at ABC TV at 8:30 p.m. on May 17, 1993, preceded by an introduction from afternoon show host Michael Tunn. Now, School's Out was released on VHS by ABC Video and Roadshow Entertainment in Australia in 93, and WGBH Boston Home Video was staged on March 7, 2000. It was later released as part of the Degrassi High Complete Collection DVD box set by WGBH on October 9, 2007, and on the Degrassi High Collection set by Force Entertainment Australia on March 12, 2008. So the big controversy for a lot of people, again, how soap opera-ish it was. It wasn't like bland real. It was over your head. Now, it did receive initial critical praise from the Canadian press on its first broadcast. Writing for the Vancouver Sun, Hester Richards felt that like the preceding series, the movie took risks, but it paid off in typical Degrassi style. Writing for CP, Ben Anderson stated that despite the main love triangle plot, deft subplotting, resulting in a memorable end to the film story, and that the movie put a brilliant cap on the honest, compelling tradition that the Degrassi shows had created, it did have partial flaws. Richards, along with columnist Janice Kennedy, both noted the inclusion of a scene of Lucy Fernandez showing Caitlin Ryan how to apply a condom to a man's genitals, despite CBC's refusal to run advertisements about condoms. And of course, she talked to the banana and said, "Hello, Joey." Very, very, very different. That's all I can say. Now, Australian film critic Adrian Martin, a fan of the TV series, gave the film a mixed to negative review, feeling the movie was a little disappointing and a departure from the daggy everydayness typical of the shows, and pointed out a punishing sense of morality exemplified by the catastrophic events experienced by several of the characters. Writing for fashion magazine in the wake of the movie's 25th anniversary, Lisa Hanna called it a truly iconic piece of Canadiana. Writing for the Sydney Morning Herald, Alison Stewart praised the film and called it much more real television than its American counterpart, Beverly Hills 90210. And of course, Beverly 90210 was kind of based on a Degrassi script. You wanted to have a version of Degrassi in the States, you tried to buy it, and then we had 90210. Now, Amanda Steptoe, who played Spike, didn't have really good memories of the movie, was critical of the film, calling it too adult and not a very good send-off. In a 2019 podcast interview, when asked about the film, Steptoe responded, "Fucking hate that." She noted how she had requested to be included in the film's party scene, but ultimately did not, and questioned why character Tessa Campanelli, who played a minor role in the series, was given a lead role. Now, this is kind of weird, because Tessa wasn't your traditional beauty like Caitlin was that Joey would be attracted to. She, like I said, it was okay, but it wasn't what we expected. It might have been good to introduce another new character would have worked. And there's been tension between some of the actors through the years on the choice of Tessa to being the other girl. Now, the movie was nominated again for a Gemini, and the same year that Degrassi Talks was nominated for Best U Program or Series. Now, if you can see the unedited episode, it all comes in context. But the Wheels and Joey go against type. They're really bullying Snake to get laid, and which is a normal thing amongst teenagers. But the fact is, usually it happens with 15 to 16 years old, but Joey is 19, and Snake and Wheels around, close to the same age, and it seems kind of a little bit not real. Now, how the characters were used in the Degrassi Degrassi The Next Generation, and of course the early death of the actor who played Wheels, Neil Loeb, has put everything in perspective. It just seemed like it could have been played out a little bit more. And the fact was that because Caitlin's ex-boyfriend killed himself over her breaking up with him, it kind of gave a taste in your mouth saying, does Joey not remember what happened to Caitlin and the trauma that Snake was put through by discovering, Claude's body? It seemed to be, if you had an American script doctor taking over the plot, let's add the condom scene, let's add the fuck scene. It would be better saying, why Tessa Campanelli of all the people? Why her? What does she have? What she does? I don't have. It makes no sense. You had to have that kind of soap opera, but it's like hearing Popeye curse, or it's like hearing Mr. Dress Up curse. It was so beyond because you didn't have just one of the Degrassi kids, junior high kids, curse. The second one, it basically threw all the innocents out of the previous episode. You can't look at the Tessa Campanelli in the junior high and high school version while thinking, and that's what it was. It wasn't making love, it was a fuck, if you know what that means. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our Degrassi podcast, let us know what to like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, everybody wants something. They'll never give up. They'll take your money and never give up. Have a good one. Bye.